Hey Scott, doing a video. Let me give you a wall wall update, wall fence update. Um, Trump clueless. Trump clueless. Trump doesn't know what he's doing. So Nancy and Mitch McConnell are going to have to do it. Take over the thing. Trump Trump just gonna have to go play golf. I don't know. Watch Fox and Friends. Tweet. Good for nothing Trump, right? Rich guy, good for nothing. Ne'er do well. So yeah, he couldn't handle the negotiations. Didn't yeah. So the latest now is let's see if I can summarize the latest that Mitch McConnell is working on something with Nancy Pelosi. They're going to come up with some compromise, and Trump would just sit there and you just sign it. You just open up the pen and you'd sign. And then you do a thing. You'll move it around. You move it around so people will see. Everyone will see that Donald can sign a thing. But he'll have absolutely no clue what's in it. Because Donald can't read. He's too late. He's too lazy, and reading is really, really hard. So they have no clue what's in this legislation. There'll be a little bit of money for the wall, little money. Mexico ain't paying for it. Mexico is not paying for it. But I wanted to go. Das vidanya. Das vidanya. No, I don't know how to say hello in Russian. Sorry. I have to say, I think it's looking worser and worser and worser for Donald with the Russian stuff. But let me recommend to the Trumpers. Trumpers? You listening, Trumpers? Go to, let's see, the MoscowProject.org. It has a long timeline about Donald Trump's interactions, should we say, interactions with Russia. And woo, there's a lot there. Okay, so they have a timeline which goes back to the 1980s. It has to go back to the 1980s when Donald started getting active in real estate. And the first entry, I'm reading. I'm reading from the internet. Oh my God, the internet, a computer, a tablet, no less. Donald doesn't know about these things. He doesn't know about the internet or tablets. I don't know, Twitter just happens. I don't know. It's on the phone and it happens somewhere. I don't know. But so I'm reading from the MoscowProject.org. This is from their timeline, 1986. This is the first entry in the Trump-Russia timeline at the Moscow Project. Okay, so it says here, I don't have anything to do with Russia. What Russians? I don't know any Russians. I have nothing. I have nothing to do with Russia. Yeah, right. Okay. So Donald Trump took a trip to Moscow. I'm gonna get this right now. It was the Soviet Union back then. It was even more evil. But Donald Trump goes to evil. Yeah. He goes to the Soviet Union in 1987. Okay. Visiting Moscow and Leningrad, now St. Petersburg, changed the name, to explore hotel and real estate opportunities. You know what? He might have explored prostitutes. Who knows? I'm just throwing that out there. I'm trying to make a fun video. He meets with the ambassador. Donald meets with the ambassador. Sounds kind of serious. Wait, I'm going to get the right background. I don't know. Okay. And then, of course, he brags. Donald has to brag about this in his book, The Art of the Deal. The Art of the Deal. By the way, I don't think Donald wrote most of The Art of the Deal. Somebody else. It was a ghostwriter. That's okay. He's too lazy. He can't read or write. Thumbs up. Thumbs up time. Can't read or write. He has somebody. He has to outsource the writing part for his book, Art of the Deal. He brags in The Art of the Deal that he met with Dobrynin. Okay. Whatever. Let's see. Oh, Mikhail Gorbachev was the prime minister. Well, or the leader of the Soviet Union at that point. Okay. So, and then, there's another entry that you should know. Scott, you're not gonna like this. We're not gonna like this either. Let me read you. This is from the MoscowProject.org timeline. This is 1984. 1984. This is the first entry in the Russia-Trump timeline. Russian criminal purchases Trump condos. That story is a long, long story, I think. I think that story went on for like 3 decades. That's going on today. Russians are still buying Trump condos for cash. For cash. No questions asked. Let's see. 1984. I'll read the entry on the timeline. 1984. A Russian by the name of David Bogatin. I don't know how to pronounce it. Purchases 5 condos in the Trump Tower totaling $6 million. He's linked to the Russian mob. Of course. None of this is clean, right? Pleads guilty. He's linked to the Russian mob. Pleads guilty to evading, state and local taxes. What did he do? Plead guilty to gasoline, not paying tax on, or bootlegging gasoline. I don't know. Here's what you got to know about Trump's people. All the people they're a bunch of scam people, scam artists, wheeler dealer scam artists. None of them are. They're all on the take on the scam, whatever. Okay, so the 5 condos that he bought from Donald. 5 condos that he bought from Donald are seized by the government because Bogatin is Russian, he's a mobster, and he violated the law, and the government seized the condos. You know what? That was the first bad sign. Okay, so that was 1984. And I'm not going to read the rest of the entry. You people can do that. I will do. It's MoscowProject.org. What Russians? What? I don't have anything to do. I don't have anything to do. Nothing to do with Russians. I can tell you. That I can tell you. Believe me. I have nothing. Believe me, I have nothing to do with the Russians. So that's the 1984 is the first Russian to. I bet he paid cash, and he's a mobster, Russian mobster. What? Okay, so I better stop. Paid for cash. Then he was charged with a crime, pled guilty. Oh God, man.